Hello, my dear friends, and welcome. Welcome to another session at the Intimate Mantra Virtual Studio. So today we're going to be keeping things very, very simple. We're going to begin with a breath adjustment practice. By the way, today's practice is going to be in the seated position. So I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable seat, make any final adjustments as needed. And when you're ready, just start noticing your breath. You can keep the eyes open. You can close the eyes if that's easier for you. And just start noticing the rhythm of your breath, the natural rhythm of your breath, the way it is in this exact moment. Is the breath deep? Is it shallow? Are you breathing quickly or slowly? Doesn't really matter. We're not trying to control the breath here. What we want to do is simply observe, just observe. Observe that group, that set, that complex of sensations that we call breath. There's a rhythm to it, right? So there are different elements, but there's a rhythm to the entire thing. It comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. Or in and out, in and out. Or appears, disappears, appears, disappears. Just pay attention to that for a few moments. What we're doing here is initially we're anchoring ourselves to the moment. So maybe you come into this session from a busy day. Or maybe you just got up. Or maybe it's lunchtime for you, getting ready for the afternoon. Maybe you're just finishing a busy week. Or perhaps you're about to enter a busy week. No matter where you are, you're probably filled with thoughts. And the attention is going to the thoughts, the emotions, all that busyness that's going on. And what we do here is little by little, slowly, slowly, we take that attention and start bringing it to the moment. What's happening in the moment? So sometimes what we do here is we pay attention to sensory activity, to the things you see, the sounds you hear. But today, it's the breath. Mainly sensing. You might hear your breath, but mainly sensing sensations. And you may also notice that as you get deeper into this practice, this very simple practice, maybe the whole thing, the whole complex, the whole set of sensations starts slowing down. Maybe getting deeper, maybe lasting longer. And you may notice that at some point, the inhale and the exhale might want to adjust themselves so that they have the same length. So right now, notice, is your inhale, your in-breath longer than your exhale, or vice versa? So to help you adjust the breath, we're going to do a little bit of movement. Just like we did last week, we had a breath exercise with some movement. So here, we're just going to adjust the breath. The next time you breathe in, I'm going to invite you to turn the palms up and bring the hands up. And on the breath out, bring them down. That's all. That's it. Inhale, arms up, hands up. Exhale, bring them down. Breathe in, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. Feel free to open the eyes and see what I'm doing if you didn't understand my directions. Exhale, bring them down. It's very simple. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's keep going with this simple movement, synced with the breath, with the sensations that we call breath. If you want to add some counting to it, feel free. Maybe you want to count to 4 as you exhale and inhale, or 5 or 3, depending on your rhythm there. Helps to keep the mind focused in the moment. Maybe a couple more minutes. If you get tired, the arm movement, it's perfectly okay. You can allow the hands to rest maybe on your thighs and continue with the breath and maybe the counting. That works too. This is just something to pace yourself. But you may notice that not only that, when we adjust the breath, it starts to center you. So maybe you're feeling a centering, a grounding. I know I am. Keep going, a few more. And if you want, you can even open the eyes for a little while if your eyes are closed and notice if there is a difference when you do the exercise with the eyes open. Or if your eyes are open, maybe close them for a few rounds of breath and notice if there's a difference. Notice if there's a difference in the way you perceive things. In the way those thoughts come up, those thoughts about, what you did yesterday, and the interview next week, or the project you have to hand in, or the trouble with the family. Maybe attention starts to get withdrawn from the content of those thoughts. And you start seeing them as thoughts, because that's what they are, undeniably. Maybe the story you're telling yourself is true, maybe it's not. But what's undeniable is that it is a thought happening in this very moment. Okay, last one. Now as the hands come down, they stay down. Keep breathing for a little while. Maybe close the eyes if they're open. And just be here now. Feel the effects of the practice. We're going to be moving now to our main practice. So as I told you, please remain seated. And I'm just going to invite you to sit with me for about 30 minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the elements that we label breath. In this case, the sensation of the air as it comes in and out through the nostrils. And gently focus on that for 30 minutes. If you want to focus on another element, the air as it travels on the back of the throat, or the belly, the chest as it rises or falls, it's perfectly okay, but my guidance is going to be based on the sensation of the air as it comes in and out through the nostrils, okay? And like I said, we're keeping things very, very simple. But the thing is that often the simplest practices are the most powerful practices. So this practice is very, very powerful, especially when you're anxious, when you're stressed out, when you have strong emotions. You know, just sit and stay with it. Stay with whatever your experience is. And the gentle focus on the breath helps keep you in the moment, anchored to the here now. So in other words, not diving into the content of experience, the emotion, the stories, but see them for what they are, right? Emotion, a contraction in the body, an openness in the body. And the story, just a thought. Please bring the attention maybe to the tip of the nose, or wherever it is that you feel that sensation of the air coming in and out. If your nose is clogged and you're breathing through the mouth, you can do that with the sensation of the air coming in and out through the mouth. So that usual guidance applies here. We've done this practice many, many times. If you're familiar with what we do here in the channel, but we usually do it for just a minute or two. What would that feel like when you do it for 30 minutes. It can be a challenge for some of us, especially if we're not used to that, but I invite you to persevere. Try it out. After all, there's nothing you need to do. You just sit and bring the gentle attention to the sensation of the air as it comes in and out through the nostrils or the mouth. if a distraction comes up, and distractions will come up, you know what to do. Acknowledge, ear, an itch, discomfort, sound, the need to move. It's okay. If you need to move, if you need to adjust, that's perfectly okay. As long as it doesn't become a mind story, an obsession. So acknowledge whatever it is, do whatever needs to be done, and then bring the attention back gently to the sensation of the air as it comes in and out through the nostril. As many times as needed. All it takes here is perseverance and patience. For most of us, attention is habitually trained to go from one element to the next continually. Just a habit. So what we're doing here is we're taking attention and we are training it to focus on one element. And that's going against that habit. So that's why there might be some difficulty with trying to do that. And some defense mechanisms will come up as well. What am I doing here? This is silly. I got better things to do. I won't be able to do it. It's hard. So what we do when that comes up, acknowledge it and bring the attention back as many times as it takes. Again, again, again. Okay, my friends, just allow the control to fade away. Allow attention to relax. And let's just remain present for a while. Just resting as awareness. Wonderful. Let's start coming back. The sensory activity, noticing the sounds around you, sounds at a distance, closer sounds, the sound of my voice, any flashing bits of light, shadows, whatever it is happening in front of your closed eyes, in that darkness in front of your closed eyes. Noticing the sensations that we label body, the weight of the body against the chair, the sofa, the ground, the bolster. The breath, sensations that we label breath. The thoughts coming and going. And at some point, maybe the body will start to want to move physically, allow it to happen. Maybe small movements at first, head from side to side, arms, toes, feet. Or maybe you want to go straight to a full body stretch. And finally, when you're ready, you can start blinking the eyes open, getting used to the light around you. And maybe look around. Notice how the sense of sight grounds you. Just like the sense of hearing. Just like a sensation. Just like anything else that's happening right here, right now. This is where you are, here, here. What's the meaning of that? Get into the meaning of the word here. Oof, it sinks. Okay, my friends, thank you so very much for being here with me this morning, this afternoon, this evening. And I hope to see you again soon.